story is up here, Lobster, that true mainers complain all the time. You know, in the spring, it's too wet, the fish don't bite, the black flies are thick, the summers are too short, the fall, well, then you got mosquitoes and deer flies and rain again, and you got to cut wood and get things going for the winter.
Morning, everybody. Anthony here. It is Wednesday, October 30th, 2024, and it is just about 10 after 7 a.m. Eastern Time. I came out to the shack this morning to look at some gear that I've been preparing, see what was on 40 meters. I found a couple channels that were active, people that were talking. But this video I wanted to make or give you a review of the list I made the other day regarding some preps and some items that I needed to either acquire in the next several days or make sure that I have in place, staged, double check, recheck, and make sure everything is in place for the coming storm. And I'm not talking about a rainstorm, hurricane, earthquake, although those are definitely coming. It's a coming storm of a convergence that's coming with these elections next week that are taking place on Tuesday. And so I want to, as the head of my household, to be ready for anything possible that could come from that. And it seems to me that the government is giving us clue after clue or cue after cue of what they have planned. They're dropping breadcrumbs. And a lot of people are blowing it off. It's training, it's this, it's National First Responder Day, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, every major event that has taken place in our recent history has been precluded, I think is the word, by some type of meeting or event or something prior to it happening. So what I want to do as the head of my household, and what you should be doing, whether you're the head of your household or support the head of your household, is to make sure that you and your family are able to stay safe in the coming storm. And that's the reason why I'm doing this video. That's the reason why I posted the prayer that I posted this morning on my Instagram page. And so what I did was, and one of the things we have to understand is to where we see that we've made a mistake or we've erred or we've done something wrong, we have to be able to be man enough to say, I need to correct that. I made a mistake. I did wrong. I wasn't prepared for this or that. Whatever it was, we have to admit to it and then move forward, move on. One of the things where I made a mistake is I stored a certain amount of fuel for coming events, whether it was for my vehicle, for my generator, or to give to family member or to help others with their fuel needs. I let fuel spoil or gas spoil. It went bad. So now I have to today find out a way to go dump X amount of gallons of fuel, which I'm in the process of doing through my local recycling center, and then correct the mistake, admit that I made the mistake, which I already have done, which I'm telling you, which I just did, rather than use the fuel and then refill it and keep it stored like I should have done. I let it sit too long and I wasted it. And now I'm paying the price for it. The real price with dollars, time, and if I needed that fuel in an emergency, it probably would have screwed up the machines that I put it in or the vehicles that I put it in. So make sure that you have some fuel backup. Your gas generator or dual fuel generator, whether it's propane, gas. Propane lasts a lot longer. That's why a dual fuel generator is good to have. Make sure everything is up and working. test it. I did that. I posted a few videos the other day showing my generator going. Change out gas. Well, I'm in the process of doing that because I messed up. Are my ham radios programmed and ready to go? Well, for the most part, yes, they are. Whether it's my 2-meter system, my HF system, you don't have to program, but you have to have the necessary antennas or antenna on hand to reach all the different frequencies, so you can listen to what's going on or talk in an emergency possibly, or give your location or say that you need help. So those things have to be ready beforehand. Or maybe you want to buy a pre-programmed radio, which you can do. This is not an exhaustive list. It's a list I put together the other day after seeing something on TV that just, kind of woke me up. Water preps. Water, water, water. Calms, calms, calms. We learned that from Hurricane Helene. Communication. Water. Fuel. Generators. Ask the people in Western North Carolina, in Tennessee, in Florida, in Georgia, and other states that were hit by that storm. It dropped 41 trillion gallons of water. 41 trillion gallons of water. In comparison, Hurricane Milton, the storm that came after it, I think only dumped 360 billion gallons of water. Hurricane Helene dumped 41 trillion gallons of water. Look what's happened. Look what happened in New Mexico. Look what just happened in Spain overnight or yesterday. Not sure what the time change. And in other parts of the world that are going through catastrophic flooding. So water, do I have enough stored? Is it rotated out? Can I get more? Can I filter more? Do I have what's needed to survive? Because you can't survive without water. Fresh water for drinking, for cooking, for washing, for wound care, for laundry, for your pets. Food preps ready. Are my food preps ready? Do I have enough stored on hand? Do I need to go to the store today or this weekend and stock up on something that I've used and I didn't replace? Whatever that is. Canned goods. Stuff that lasts long on the shelf. Rice, beans, sugar, salt. Baking goods. Flour. Do I have enough on hand where I could be able to stay home for a week, a month, 3 months, and not have to worry about going out into the chaos that'll be ensuing in the streets? So food preps. Medical and medicine. Do I have somebody in my family that's in need of insulin or some type of medicine? Is that on the shelf right now? Because if it's not, you need to get it and make sure it is. Do I have over-the-counter meds? Do I have prescription meds that I need? Do I have everything related to medical? First aid, IFAC, individual first aid kits. Refuge Medical is one place to go. You could look them up. They have Instagram, Facebook, website. Refuge Medical, Bear Independent runs that company. And so you could go on his site and purchase a bucket or an individual kit or something, a boo-boo kit even, for different members of your family. Self-defense items. And these are not, I'm not reading these in any type of order, just in the list that I made. This is the list I put together. And notice my notes and everything on here. Self-defense items. Do I have enough things that go bang and the things to put in it? The ammo. Do I have cleaning kits, parts, everything that goes along with that? Do I have edged weapons, blades, machetes, knives, shovels, picks, everything that goes along with self-defense items? I have a camper, an RV, a 17-foot camper. You see a lot of my videos that I do from there. So I'm always there tweaking it, and because that's a bug out location for me, or something to take to a bug out location so I can have some type of homestead on the road. So I'm always at my camper making it ready for off grid. Do I have the backup battery power? Do I have what's on board? Do I have, is everything ready in that camper? Is it set, or is it ready to go? Right? You could just hook up, take my van, hook up and go. And same thing with my van. It's always ready and I'm always checking it. And now I just went through it for winter. And I took out items and put in winter related items, cold weather items. And I'm testing my gear. Does it work? Does my stove work? Does the fuel thing hook up? Does everything work that I'm carrying on board? Is my water fresh? Are my battery backups on the van in the RV? Are they charged and topped off? I made a note to myself to purchase another solar generator, a backup generator. And Blue Eddy just so happens, which is one of the ones that I have that I cannot speak more highly about. I may buy another one that's on sale. They're having a fall sale. It's going on for a few more days, and they have a backup generator that's normally over $2,000 for $11.99, and it's just what I need. It actually has a 30 amp outlet to plug in my camper that I could run my whole entire camper just by plugging into that battery, except for like the overhead air conditioning. But everything else it'll run: the fridge, the lights, the hot water tank, the shower, the heater, everything. So I may pull the trigger on that today. I'm going to decide and get it in-house and have another backup, another generator, solar generator. My solar panels, I'm pretty good with solar. I have my panels right here, staged here and here on the shelf. I have approximately 1,200 watts that I could hook up of panels, both folding type panels and hard panels, standalone hard panels. So I'm good, but I have to make sure. Do I have the cabling? Is the cabling in place? Are the adapters in place? Do I know which adapters go to which machine, which generator, that all has to be staged, practiced, and ready. That's why I do my videos. They're not just for other people, they're for me to go back and look at and say, oh, I need to make sure that adapter is in my bag, my onboard bag in the van that has all my solar stuff in it. Everything that I need is in that bag. Extension cables for the solar panels, all the MC4 hookups for different batteries that take different, connecting types. And I have an adapter cable with the most common adapters for each solar generator, like you see here. This one takes like an 8mm, another one takes Anderson plugs, another one may take a 12-volt adapter. That adapter has everything on it to hook right to the solar panel and then to whatever generator that I'm running. And I just did a video on that the other day, showing a short video on that. So your solar or your power backup needs, that all goes along with your generator. Everything has to be tested, staged, and ready to go. Winter clothing. Do I have enough wool blankets, wool undergarments, wool, jackets, rain gear, boots, sleeping bags, buddy heaters. I have several buddy heaters. One's in my van, one's here. I have another small one. It's right here. This is like a personal heater. This is a Covia Cupid gas heater that takes the cans of butane right here. And this will actually warm up a car, a van. This is a personal heater. Smaller, like a buddy, but even smaller. You could throw this in your car and have it on a trip. Have a couple of these fuel canisters, and you've got yourself a buddy heater. Might be way too big for a car. This might be perfect for your SUV. Just be careful when you light it and make sure there's nothing around the front that's going to burn, and it could save your life if you got stuck in a storm. So these items have to be ready, and and tested, and the fuel you need to run them needs to be part of your plan, your winter preparedness plan. If you live in South Florida, it's not that much important to you. When I lived there for 18 years, all this heavy winter stuff wasn't a big importance, but I had it in case maybe I need to bug out of Florida and go north. I'm going to need the gear. So I even had it in Florida. Recon areas and identify possible trouble spots. Every one of us should be walking their neighborhoods, their local area of operation. The military calls it AO. You should be walking or touring. I tour with my e-bike, my car, or on foot. You guys see videos that I do. And I'm not only getting exercise when I'm using my bike or walking or whatever, but I'm taking stuff in. What's going on here? Where did that come from? Who are these, strange people walking around? Are they new people that are renting, or, just recon. Take stuff in, make a mental note of it, jot something down. We can go into a whole detail on a video just on that. Set up any type of, home security, your alarm system, make sure it's working. You got Wi-Fi cameras, make sure they're working. I'm going to be setting up some trail cameras that are not Wi-Fi needed to constantly take pictures at night. So trail cameras. Today I'm going to get batteries for it. Make sure the memory card is the memory card that's needed. And then I'm going to affix it and set it up. Backup lighting, flashlights, lanterns, candles. Well, in my shack, I could run off a battery. I could turn on a light. I could change this bulb from red. I have an overhead light here that's plugged in right here. That all I need to do is turn that on, and I'll shut the main light. And now I can operate off-grid in my shack with no problem. So, backup lighting and things like flashlights. Are they ready to go? Or is the batteries charged? Do I have charging cables to charge them? I have an Olight and they charge with USB. Can I charge them via my battery with a USB into my flashlight? Yes, I can. Well, that's got to be in-house before an event happens. So you want to have stuff staged and ready to go. I have a wood stove. It goes into a 3M tote, like the 27-gallon tote. The stove folds down into that tote. It's an Alaskan wood stove that they actually use in Alaska in their Iditarod race. They use it in hot tents, to put in a tent with the stove flute through the tent, and they have the stove in the tent. And you light the stove, put the wood in it, shut the door, regulate the airflow, and now you're heated. You have the stovepipe. Well, I have all of that in a tote, so I'm going to set that up. I'll probably do another video on it and show you guys. That burns wood. It can burn coal. It can keep you warm. I could put stuff on top of it, a tea kettle, a pot, a frying pan, and cook off of it while it's giving off heat. So do you have, backup heating that's not relying on fuel, that you can just use wood, like a fireplace? So make sure you have the fuel, the stove is working, everything is set, your pellets or your coal is ready to go. Again, firewood, I just talked about that. Hygiene items. Hygiene is super important. Do I have the hygiene items needed? The soaps and different things and medications and alcohol, peroxides, things to clean wounds, hygiene, towels, clean rags. Just think of hygiene items. Think of you're going out on a camping trip. What would you take when you showered in your little shower bag? Well, go through all that stuff in your house and make sure all those items are in house. Run to the store today and buy some bulk goods so you have some backups to these things. But hygiene items need to be sorted out because they're important. Things like toilet paper, paper towels, that could all be classified as like hygiene type things. Manual clothes washing capability. Do I have ability to wash clothes if I can't run my washing machine? Can I wash in a laundry tub with a, one of those things, laundry things you rub your clothes on? Can I do that? Can I hang clothes out? Do I have I have videos that show I've washed clothes in one of those, the dry bags that you fold down and you put stuff in to keep it waterproof. Well, you could put clothes in there, a few items, add water and some detergent, shake it up, move it back and forth, dump it, rinse it, and you've got an automatic washing machine for on-the-fly stuff, for at least your underwear, your socks, your t-shirt, maybe your outer clothes you could go longer without washing. But stuff that's touching your skin, again, hygiene, you get some type of sores around your groin area, under your arms, in the crooks and, the nooks of where your clothes are. That all has to be, those clothes have to be clean. So think of that. That all goes in line with hygiene. And the last thing I have here, electric appliances. Can my electric appliances run off my solar battery backup? So I have other batteries that are bigger than this one. But I know that I could run my coffee maker, my water purifier, to get clean water on that battery backup. I know I could run my toaster oven, my electric fryer, whatever devices I have. I know ahead of time that they'll run on my battery backup, and then I could charge that battery. If there's no grid power, I could charge that battery up with my generator, my gas generator, and the battery that I have charges within an hour. It'll go from 0 to 2,000 watts charged in an hour to an hour, hour and a half, depending. Well, that's incredible. But I have the capability to recharge it. And the one I'm looking at will recharge over 2,000 watts in 45 minutes using a generator, a gas generator to put power. The gas generator now becomes my power source, and then my battery gets recharged. I shut my generator off and save it, and then I run my appliances, my lights, my TV, my radios, my shack if I have to, my freezer, off the battery backup, and then when it needs charged, I just top it off with my gas generator, rather than having a gas generator running and running and running, bringing noise, making sound, attracting people. You run a gas generator at night during a crisis event and see how many friends you get coming knocking on your door. I'm not saying I don't want you to help anyone, but you may get some friends knocking at your door that are not your friends with a large decibel generator, rather than a solar battery that's silent you can keep in your house and nobody knows anything. You're not going to run all your lights in your house and attract attention. You're going to run a light here or there just to see where you're going. So this list of 20 things that I just read, think about it. Maybe you want to add to it in the comments section. But make a list, check it twice. You've heard that song before, right? Get this stuff in-house, make sure it's ready to go before Tuesday, because we don't know what's coming our way. I have a feeling what's coming, and I've made it known, whether whoever is in office, two wings of the same bird. And my advice is what's coming is not good. So rely on the Most High. Again, look at the prayer that I posted this morning. Rely on Him, His Word, His truth, through His Son Yahusha, HaMashiach. Ask for His power, His direction, His guidance, His covering in our lives. And that's the end of this video today. Hopefully it sparked some of you to get off the couch, or to just re-examine what you have and get ready. Thanks for watching. Stay ready. Yah bless. Anthony signing off.